I'm Tara with Tara Simon Studios, and today is TikTok day! Whoop, whoop, whoop! This is my favorite time of the week, guys. I love reacting to TikToks. It is so much fun. I love exposing new talent. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, click on the notifications button, share it with a friend or family because I love to brighten your day by using music to do just that. So let's dive in. We're gonna do some TikToks. Here we go.
There's no guarantee that this life is easy, and when my
vibrato.
world is falling apart,
Anthony.
and there's no
Gorgeous.
light to break up the dark, that's when
Okay, I love when he went, that's when that little kind of ictus there on the top, he's using his vibrato to add a little tiny ornamentation to the already fast little run down instead of that's when which would be fine too. He's using the vibrato as an additional note, a little bobble, which is also actually very common in Arabic music. You see Fauzia do that as well. That's when that little in there, that's what he's doing, and it just adds this little treat for the ear, and it's like, ooh, special, a little more than what I expected. So that's really great. Also, he's got beautiful vibrato, really great intonation on his harder vowels, which is difficult to do. That's very indicative of like Broadway singing, Disney singing, when he sings like his E's and his Oo's. They're hard, they're not very open, but they're also well placed, which is difficult to do. Let's keep going. Nice there. Beautiful, Anthony Gardula, I hope I said that right. Billy Louie.
Finally.
Wow. Okay. I was quiet the whole time because I didn't even want to interrupt this one. Listen, they lined up their vibrato undulations. I'll say it again. The vibrato undulations, they lined them up. That's insanely hard to do. You have to be super in tune with the person that you're singing with. And a lot of times, each person's vibrato is kind of like their own style. It's their own sort of vocal thumbprint. It's part of what makes their voice their own. And so it's really not easy at all to take what's your own and what is someone else's own and make that the same in a moment in time. And these guys, I assume they're brothers, they look alike, so that probably helps, same genes, if that's the case. But they are literally paying such acute attention to the speed at which their vibratos are undulating so that they can mesh them together and sound as one. That was so awesome. That was like really, really amazing, guys. It's the little things. It's the little things that really gets me. It really does. Like lining up the vibrato or perfectly starting and stopping your phrases when you are singing in harmony. And they did that as well. I thought that was absolutely lovely. Really good job, guys. Loved it. Let's keep going. Billy and Louie. They must be brothers.
Oh, no, I won't take that. No, I won't take that no more.
Woo! Woo! Leroy Sanchez. Okay, we gotta listen to that again. That was chock full of stylistic choices. So first of all, there's this very popular thing where, you know, okay, I'm a contemporary artist, and so I'm always gonna look like I'm in pain when I'm singing, and it's very throaty and it's very chinny, and I get it. Like, it's cool to watch, right? And a lot of artists that you love do it. Just use it sparingly, please, though, because you're really not intended to sing only wide. You really are supposed to go long first and then wide. That is the proper vocal technique. I preach it all the time. And it will catch up to you. It costs you more vocal dollars. You may look cool, you may sound cool, but it does cost you more vocal dollars to sing that way. So just a little word of the wise there. He's definitely using that stylistic choice a lot here. No, I won't say that. No, and it sounds cool. But you can still sound like that and drop your jaw. No, I won't take that no more. Like I'm still using space and I still sound cool. Well, at least I hope I still sound cool. You tell me. Here we go. Let's listen to it one more time so I can break down for you.
Oh, no, I won't won't take that.
That won't take that. That was really good. That was an interesting kind of departure from the original riff, actually.
No, won't take that no more.
Okay, so he really just allowed the vibrato and the speed in which he's falling to help with that run. Oh, I'm not sure of the notes. I don't know the riff, but it was very, very fast. And it was sort of just like, as if you're on the precipice of a cliff and you just like, well, that's it. I'm just falling off. And that's kind of the courage it takes to do a proper rundown, guys. You really, at some point, have to just stick the very top note and trust that your voice is going to fall and hit those little babbling brook rocks along the way, which are the proverbial notes. So he did a really good job at that, and he did not hesitate, nor did he pause in any of those notes going down. And you really can't if you're going to gain that speed and that momentum for style on a run like that. That was great. Very good, Leroy Sanchez. Very nice.
So I'll go, but I know.
Wow.
I'll think of you every step of the way. And
Maza, 28.
Love you, my darling, you.
Oh my gosh, Paolo. Okay, so vocal intonation, let's talk about that for a minute, because he really capitalized on his beautiful control and vocal intonation. First of all, it's really not easy at all for a male to sing up in their falsetto with such precise vocal flexibility and control. He did a gorgeous job. It wasn't too breathy, it wasn't too loud, it was just perfectly done, and he didn't rush through any of those riffs or runs either. I will make a side note to my side note, by the way. He's sitting like all crunched over and hunched over. That is like, I don't even know. I don't even know how he's singing I Will Always Love You, period, let alone crunched and hunched over. I would not try that, and I'm a girl and a coach, so that's crazy. Good job, Paolo. Wouldn't recommend that forever because you cannot possibly use your abs and engage them properly while being crunched and hunched like that, but that's just a side note, is how good he is. He can even do that and still sound the way he did. I also loved the way he took his time. He really took his time and did not rush or go through any of those phrasings that could have been. You know, you can kind of gloss over some things, but even in the hard moments, he actually emphasized it and owned it, and you really had time as a listener to hear his voice moving through those parts of the song and moving through those notes with grace, with poise, with control, and with even power in times. Gorgeous, beautiful vocal intonation. That's a great example of what that is. If you don't know, now you know. Here we go. Really good job.
Don't make me close.
Another Whitney Houston.
One more time.
Kirana and Dinby.
Stay in my arms if you dare.
Okay, really great how she did that tongue thing. Do you see, even now when we're paused, do you see that how she's sticking out her tongue? So when she goes up to that note, she's doing a really nice chest mix there. It's so high that you can't help but pull down some mix, but instead of punching it with a big wide open mouth, which would have been okay, she's doing something really smart here. She's opening up her mouth all the way, but she's also buying a little bit more space internally by letting her tongue just creep out beyond her teeth, not past her lips, but beyond her teeth, so that it's not behind it, and it buys a little bit more internal space because the tongue goes all the way down. And when you stretch it forward, it thins out, which creates more space in the back of the throat, which, if you know my rule, any extreme note, high or low, must have more space and support, is completely congruent with that technique that she's employing right now, which is I'm singing a high note, I gotta have more space. How do I get more, even if I'm tapped out in my mouth? What can I do to eke out just a little more space? She did a beautiful job of doing that. So if you're at home trying to sing higher notes and you're already tapped out with space, just do that trick. Instead of the tongue being behind your teeth like this, bring it just before the lips end. And then you'll feel it. It's almost like more of like an inner yawn in there too. So and if you really have to, get it even further forward. You can always eke it back a little bit, but the tongue going forward is a really good last resort tool to the I need more space and yet I've already dropped my jaw all the way problem. Okay, really good. Here we go. See?
Don't walk away from me.
Ooh, love the flip. That was beautiful. Kieran and Nevi, very good.
Don't you know I'm no good for you?
Love by a stranger.
I learned to lose, you can't afford to.
What?
I tore my shirt to stop you bleeding. Now nothing ever stops you leaving.
No.
Quiet when I'm coming home and I'm on my own. I can lie,
No.
like it like that, like it like that.
No, no. Come on.
Bro, you were good.
Oh, your voice is amazing.
That was
man.
awesome, dude.
Seriously.
Oh.
No, all good, man. You got
No, no. Come on, Rory McKenna. Okay, do you guys think that was planned? I don't know. Like, when have you ever been on the toilet pooping? There are dudes in there and you're just like, bloop, bloop, I get sick. No, I'm sorry. I don't know. I think that had to be planned. And what in the heck, if it's not planned, are you doing touching his hand? I have so many problems with what just happened right now. However, vocally, it was pretty dope, not gonna lie, and the harmonies were great, but I don't know if I believe that it just like happened that way. Let's keep going.
I've been trying to do this. It's like my 100th try, whatever.
Hey, it's lyric.
Cause there is no guarantee.
Power, I can hear it.
That this life is easy. And when my
Beautiful.
world is falling apart.
Woo.
And there's no light to break up the dark.
I want to point out something really smart that she just did. She said, then there's no did you hear that? Light, okay, instead of no light, which just kind of rips the Band-Aid off and there's nothing to kind of tune into or grow into. She did, there's no light, which also adds style as well as a cushion for her voice to fall into. Really smart. It costs way less vocal dollars and it saves her voice for later during the more difficult part. Very good. Let's keep going.
That's when
Beautiful.
I look at you. I think that was it.
That was great, Lyric. You did an awesome job, actually. Gorgeous, really nice, powerful voice she has. And sometimes when you have a big, beautiful, beefy voice like Lyric does, it can tend to be difficult to kind of inch up to higher notes because you got a lot of weight to you. You have a lot of heft and depth to your voice. So for those of you who are kind of like Lyric, where you feel like, oh, I've got a big beefy voice and sometimes I feel like I'm flat all the time, like I'm heavy, I can't get it up. Do the upside down triangle face. Raise the cheekbones, raise the eyebrows, think high, light, bright instead of low, deep, thick. So instead of going, when my world is falling apart and there's, what is, it's like low, okay? If I raise my cheekbones and I get lighter in my thoughts, when my world is falling apart and there's no, so it gives me the opportunity to still keep my depth and keep my thickness, but it somehow lightens it up to where I don't have to lift such a heavy weight to get up to a higher note because there's a little bit of lightness and brightness that I'm imparting and adding into my already nice, thick, deep tone, okay? It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can use both, and especially when you're trying to hit high notes, you want to kind of give your voice opposition. If you're high, light, and bright already and you find yourself cracking and splatting, you want to give some depth. If you're already deep and thick, you want to do just the opposite of that I just demonstrated. Hope that helped you guys out vocally. I hope I exposed this amazing, awesome talent on TikTok. I just love TikTok. I love the fact that there's so much insane and innate talent on there, and it is my job and others like me to expose it and give it the credit that it so desperately deserves. So thanks so much, guys. Make sure you follow this amazing talent that I've exposed today. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being the best part of my channel. Check out my new course, Sing Smarter Not Harder 2.0. I have revised it. There are 56 modules, one every single day for 8 weeks, with yours truly coming at you every single day. It's like a vocal boot camp. People are raving about it, and I am so thrilled and excited about all the progress that I'm hearing about that. So check all of the options that I have for you in the description box to help you on your vocal journey. Go from bad to good, good to great, or even great to pro. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye.